Hey, how y'all doing? Hopefully y'all doing fine. Hopefully y'all are doing well. I'm Fletch. This is Last Call Beam, and today I'm going to show you how to make this air dryer. All right, for this project, you're going to need a piece of PVC pipe about 2 to 3 foot long, and I have taken and put nipples on either end, about the distance of the coupler away from the end. That way, when you slide the coupler on there, you don't have to worry about hitting it or whatever. So that's a good rule of thumb. That's the way I do it anyway. And on the bottom side, you're going to have a coupler that reduces down to a bushing, and then you're going to be able to screw in a valve. Now, I like to recycle and reuse, so I'm just using a valve that I had laying around here. And so you won't need all these different pieces. All you need to do is reduce down to where you can screw in a valve. That'll be your drain valve to drain off any water that the system has in it. That'll go on the bottom of the unit right here. On the top, you couple in another one with the screw-on service fitting, where you can put a cap on there, or you can put a plug, and that way you can service the unit. Just put that top on there, and boom, you can take it back off there. Now inside of this thing, what I have done is I've taken this 2-inch PVC pipe, I've drilled some holes in there, and inside there I've taken and put in a bunch of this screen material. This is like the screen material that they use for screen doors and stuff. It's a rubberized screening, and I put that in there. And the reason why I put it inside these PVC that I drilled all these holes in is so that when I shove all the t-shirts and material inside of this tube, I don't crush it down there and lose where it's at. So one goes in the bottom, goes all the way down to the bottom down there, and then you shove a bunch of t-shirts or rags or material in there, and then you stick another one on there, and you got to kind of push that down, and then you screw this lid on there, and that is what we use. I use all kinds of different cloth material in here. Cotton material is mainly what I use. Cotton material in here, and that is what we use. And then we put this lid on there, we screw it down to where it's tight, and then your inlet valve is the bottom one, or your inlet air is the bottom, your outlet's the top. So all those t-shirts and stuff that are inside here, in between here, that is what the material that is used to dry the air. So it comes out nice and dry, and yeah, you don't have to worry about it. If you're using it for a painting, or you're using it for your plasma cutter or whatever you're using it for, you'll have nice dry air in there. So that is how I do it. You could take it and put a whole bunch more screen material in there and like really pack it in there, but that stuff's kind of expensive and I don't want to waste it, so I just used what I had. I had some more PVC here laying around here, so that's why I cut those PVC and put the screen material in there, so I didn't have to use so much screen material in the top and the bottom. You don't really have to use the screen material. I just like to use it to keep out any fine particles. Now I'll hook this air line coming off the bottom into a regulator. I have 2 regulators on my air compressor, and one of them will be designated for this, and I'll be able to fine tune the pressure going into this, and that'll fine tune it going into the equipment that I'm using with this. But that right there is how you make an air dryer. Now I'm going to glue all this stuff together and pack it full of t-shirts and rags, and it'll be done. And you made it back just in time. You know, say anything to everybody? What do you want to say to them? Can you say, be real for real? Yeah? Say it. Be real.
Be real.
For real.
Yeah.
You're awesome. Right now, I'm going to tell y'all about this right here. This is the tube that I plan on using. This is before I do anything to it. All I did is cut it down to a reasonable length. What I'm going to do is I marked, and I used the factory line where they printed the factory information on the pipe from the factory as a straight edge. And then I just made a mark, a hand distance up there and a hand distance up on this end, so they're the same. And this is the barbed fittings I'm going to use. Now I was going to use ones that had barbs all the way down, but I didn't have 2 of those that are the same. These 2 are the same. but I don't have a tap with this thread on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole where I have marked on here, and then I'm going to use a torch, heat this up.
I got it.
She's got the pliers that I'm going to use to hold it while I heat this up, and then I'm going to use the heat to try to burn the hole into the PVC so it's threaded. That's what I plan on doing. We start the fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Last time I got it so hot it was like making the color different. Making it, yeah. Oh yeah, that's really hot right there. Actually, I can take this test piece here. Use this as a test piece. Oh yeah, see, it's burning in there, but it's not like melting it. That might be perfect. Let's shut off the old flame here. Give it a whirl. Hold on, that's still too hot. Yeah, it's hot, Ellie. Wished I had 2 pairs of pliers. Ooh, that's real hot on my pant leg. Do another little test burn. Okay, I'm back, and if you can't tell, the pipe is a little bit shorter. It's actually this much shorter. And see, as you can see, this idea I had of heating this threading that up in there, worked really good, but not at first. See, it did work. I mean, heated it up and it cut right in there like butter. I mean, it was nothing to screw that right in there. But when I got it all the way in there, it was so hot that it was just sagging and flopping all over in there and loosening up the hole. So by the time it got cool enough to where I could pull it out, yeah, it's kind of sloppy. I mean, I can still screw it in there. You see how far it goes in there before it even starts to screw. It goes clear in there, and I only got a few threads to screw. So what you got to do is you got to play with it a little bit, heat up your end here. Make sure it ain't too hot when you go in there, because you should have some resistance when you start threading it in there. You shouldn't just be able to go. And that's the way it was. I mean, I was able to just spin it right in there really fast. So I'm going to heat this one up a little bit and thread it in here so it's like that one. And then I'll be done. And hopefully I don't screw up again, or I'll have an even shorter piece. Actually, I'll just cut another one. But yeah, I make mistakes, but I show you that I made mistakes. That way you don't make the same mistakes. Don't heat this piece up too hot when you're trying to thread with it. Might be too cold now. Let's give her a whirl.
It might be cold.
Might be cold.
Be cold. What's here cold?
It's a little hard to turn. It's still turning in. It's good enough.
Watch it.
Oh yeah. First time it was flopping all over. I let go of it and then just go bloop and droop down. So
What is that noise?
I don't know what that noise is, young man.
I take it out.
You go check it out. Got a good security system around here.
I take it out and making that noise.
Now let's checking out what's making that noise.
Look. That is hard to move. That is hard to move. I'm too scared.
You're too scared.
Yeah. Boom. And the body boom.
There's a spider on my phone.
And the body boom.
No, that was just a fly.
That's the body.
Oh yeah, it's getting tight now.
That's the body.
There we go, folks.
That's the body.
Got both ends done. Yeah, look at that.
It's a body on my head.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really need that brain cell anyway. I was gonna make a video, but then I got high. Yeah, it's good stuff, buddy. There it is. Not there, folks. And until the next time I make one of these videos, you all be real.